Madison Police Department is hosting a series of community forums starting tomorrow night and running through May.
The forums are an opportunity to talk to Madison Police Chief Mike Koval about specific issues facing Madison neighborhoods, and it's a great chance to ask some questions as well. The community forum tomorrow night is at the North Street Cabaret, and we'll have more information on that in just a minute. But first, welcome, Chief Koval. Good to
be
see
back, you guys.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm glad because there's no calamity or catastrophe that usually predicates our visits.
It's always nice when we're here not for that reason.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
It's early.
Tomorrow.
It's only
right. I've just jinxed myself.
So what is the idea behind these community forums that you're hosting?
Well, ever since I started as chief 4 years ago, I've tried to get into the community more and trying to let people sort of feel like they can get direct access without a filter. Our captains are really good at facilitating neighborhood conversations, but sometimes they like to go right to the top and really get me a grassroots level of what those quality of life issues and crime issues are that really concern them.
What do you expect to hear?
Traffic. I get ready for shots fired, heroin, gangs, guns, drugs, and yet everybody says they want more traffic enforcement, that the drivers are driving crazily and they want more tickets, more enforcement. They all like traffic. Yeah, it's surprising.
It is surprising.
Tomorrow's forum is in the North District, and you're concentrating on sort of the north side of Madison. What are some of the particular issues you think that part of the city is challenged with?
It's interesting because that part of this town has a lot of different things. Sometimes it's about, there's a lot of reintegration of people from the Department of Corrections, and sometimes there's issues about the shots fired cases that have remained unresolved, or concerns that have been piqued about perhaps disturbances at East High School. So it's a real cacophony of things, and there's a lot of quality of life issues that come up too in terms of noise and juvenile disturbances, things like that. It's not always the big stuff.
And a lot of things are just happen all the time. I mean, it's perpetual.
It is.
Shots fired is sort of a newer thing.
It is. It is a relatively newer phenomena. And at the end of the day, one of the things that we like to do is reassure people that, you know, in spite of what the headline stuff that you guys can kind of lead with from time to time, Madison, by and large, has some really good quality of life indicators, and a lot of our crime indices are quite good.
But Madison is struggling with things as well, too.
Yes,
I mean, even in just the time that I've lived here, the community is changing in a lot of different ways.
Well, it is. I mean, I published an overnight blog, which is just a snapshot of what's going on. And people will stop me in the streets and say, I had no idea that this is sort of the new Madison look. And I said, yeah, we've gone through some growing pains, and with that comes some of the big city concerns as well.
I was going to say, there are a lot of growing pains.
Yes, there are indeed.
And you're opening a new station within the year. How's that going to help?
Well, we're hoping that it will help our response times, and will hope us that we will get a better egalitarian way of bringing services to more in the West Side. The West Side District, where you guys are located, is huge. 85,000 constituents, 35 square miles, a lot more traffic miles than that even. And so now, by sort of breaking it up and redirecting some of those resources, we're hoping people will see a better qualitative response from us.
How does this forum work? Do you have a presentation, or you just open it up for questions?
I like to have a lot more of the questions. I mean, we're prepared to talk about the trend lines and introduce some of the sort of the luminaries from the North District. Here's your gang officer. Here's your subject matter expert in violent crimes and burglary crimes. Here are your neighborhood officers, and sort of let them sort of be the front and centerpiece of the whole thing. But then we like to open it up early because those questions are why they're coming.
It humanizes the department.
I hope so. Sometimes I have hecklers. That's helpful. So I feel like right at home, like at a council meeting or something. So it's sort of that slice of home when I go on the road.
You've got 4 of them coming up.
Yeah, we're going to have a total of 6.
Okay.
A total of 6.
And they're free?
Yeah, free. As a matter of fact, I understand that there's going to be entertainment provided by East High School prior to the thing getting kicked off at this cabaret on the north side.
That's great.
Very festive. I'm looking forward to it.
The first is tomorrow night at 6:30 to 8 at the North Street Cabaret on North Street in Madison, as we mentioned. And there are more forums in May, different areas of Madison. We'll have a link to the exact locations and times at our website, channel3000.com.